And I want to dive into the link building side. Obviously, we haven't had too much link building content recently, I don't think, on the Niche Group Builders podcast. But I wanted to start by throwing a little bit of I guess we could say a curveball. But recently on Twitter, I've seen, I guess, some more prominent SEOs talking about how Google can tell the difference between paid links and non-paid, I guess, organic links. I would love to hear your thoughts on, I guess, that thought process.
Yeah, so I think there's two things you said about that which is concerning is someone in the SEO industry, people say lots of stuff in the industry in general, and number two is it was on Twitter. Like people will always try and say what is like controversial just to get likes and retweets. But my whole thoughts on like whether Google can tell if a link is sponsored is like there's a lot of guest posts you can get where the site will say we're going to mark this as sponsored, and that's obviously a clear giveaway. Like if I can see that in seconds, then Google can see it even quicker, right? So when we get guest post links for clients, we always want to avoid author boxes or anything like that because it's just a blatant giveaway. You've paid to be there, and obviously you want to avoid paying for links, right? Because it's against Google's policies. Actually, getting any link, whether you pay for it or not, if you have an intent to get a link to increase your visibility of your site, that's still against the policy. So if you actually look at it from how can I build links without going against Google's policies, you actually can't, because as soon as you have that intent to build a backlink, you're doing what you shouldn't be doing. You're trying to manipulate the search results to improve your ranking. So it's quite funny. So I always say, like, when it comes to an SEO, you really do not want to be listening to Google. Like, it's not in their best interest for you to be doing SEO because, if you rank your site organically, guess what? You're not paying for ads. And that's where Google make a large share of their revenue, right? So going back to your question, like, whether you think Google can see this, I mean, if you do link building correctly, like the way we do it for our clients, it's pretty much impossible. Like, so it's quite funny. Like our process for link building for clients, at present we're building 319 or 321, like somewhere around that number links a month for our clients, right? Back in the day, like 2.5 years ago, you would find like niche relevant blogs. So if we're working with an e-com store that sells electric bikes, again, using the same example, we'd just probably type in, electric bike sites that accept guest posts, and we find some. And that's what everyone does. Like, you need to do a little bit more to find sites that, your other competitors aren't getting links from, and the ones that don't look like links or big link farms. So what we started doing since then, which now is we just search for informational related keywords. And that way we know we find blogs that are 100% relevant. For example, using it electric bike niche again, just for consistency. If we're working with an electric bike company, we might Google how much do electric bikes cost, the pros and cons of electric bikes, the evolution of electric bikes, and sites who are publishing this content are typically in that niche. So we really should reach out directly and say, hey, we just saw your content. I love what you said about A, Y, and Z. I also agree. Me and my family are actually very big on electric bikes. We're building our own electric bike, and we literally build a report, right? We're not just saying, hey, I want to write an article for you about electric bikes. That's what everyone says. And, when you're reaching out to these sites who actually publish the content and don't actively say, we accept guest posts or please write for us, you're also going to be getting links that your competitors aren't getting as well. So yeah, it definitely can be avoided if you do link building correctly. I think, I don't know why you'd want to get a link that's sponsored anyway. You're making it very clear to the users on that site that you're just paying to be there. Like, it's kind of like Google ads, right? But in content marketing form.